During your time in the aisle devoted to automobiles, you might have found yourself staring at rows of fuel injector cleaners, wondering which one, if any, actually performed its intended function. It is possible that you have purchased the bottle that has the lowest price tag, thinking to yourself, it's just a quick boost, right? Regarding the other hand, here is a question that we don't ask very frequently. What precisely are these inexpensive additives composed of, and what kinds of chemicals do they leave behind in your engine? The claims that improves fuel economy, restores lost power, and cleans entire fuel system are all promises that, at first glance, appear to be tempting. It would appear that the procedure is a miraculous cure. However, a secret truth that many people who own automobiles fail to recognize until it is too late is concealed beneath the glitter labels and bold claims made by marketers. This reality is one that is hidden beneath the surface. Numerous inexpensive fuel injector cleaners work substantially less than what they claim to do, or even worse, they cause damage to the injectors over time. As a result, they are not recommended. The idea that a substance that is designed to clean your fuel system might possibly make matters worse is something that I do not understand. The chemical is present at the beginning of the process. The bulk of injector cleaners that are available at lower prices are created using low-cost solvents, such as alcohol-based agents or kerosene derivatives, which have a cleaning action that is less effective than other solvents. Instead of breaking down carbon deposits that are difficult to remove, it is feasible that they will just discharge surface grime, leaving heavier buildup undisturbed. This would be a significant improvement. It is possible that as a result of this, one can receive the sense that there has been some change, such as a little smoother idle or a slight improvement in performance. On the other hand, the deeper deposits are still present, and the debris that has been removed may cause injectors to become even more blocked than they already were. The fact that these solvents frequently cause adverse effects that were not anticipated is an additional factor that raises even more concerns. It is likely that rubber and plastic components found in older engines are able to withstand such treatments without experiencing any issues. On the other hand, currently available engines are built with fuel injectors that possess a high level of precision, sensors that are sensitive to pressure, and tolerances that are extremely exact. Seals have the ability to expand, dry out, or shatter over the course of years if they are subjected to harsh chemicals, particularly ones that are not adequately balanced with lubricating agents. This is especially true when chemical exposure is prolonged. Have you ever used an additive and observed that it smelled like fuel? If so, you have experienced this situation. It is possible that your injectors are leaking as a result of weak O-rings, which would be an expensive remedy to a problem that was caused by a $5 shortcut. If this is the case, then the solution would be pricey. In addition, the frequency with which these products are utilized presents an additional risk that is not readily apparent. Some motorists get into the habit of applying a low-cost cleaning every few times they fill up their gas tank. They do this because they believe they are performing preventative maintenance on their vehicles. When compared to premium additives, which are tested and approved by manufacturers, many low-cost options do not offer any assurance of long-term safety. This is in contrast to premium additives, which are subjected to testing and are certified by manufacturers. Use of low-grade solvents for an extended period of time can result in damage to gasoline pumps, a reduction in the efficiency of combustion, and even the deposit of sludge in fuel rails or intake valves. These are all potential consequences of using low-grade solvents. One more thing that may come as a surprise is that not all engines react in the same way. One of the issues that is known to occur with direct injection engines is the phenomenon of injector tip fouling. At a pressure that is exceedingly high, these engines spray fuel directly into the chamber where the combustion takes place. Furthermore, in order for these systems to function in an effective manner, injectors that are exceptionally clean are required. It is possible that utilizing a cleaner that is not up to date would not only fail to address this issue, but it may even make it worse, which would result in knock, poor throttle response, and long-term engine stress. This is a possibility. Do you honestly think it would be worth the risk of having your engine rebuilt or having your performance drop if you could save a few dollars? Additionally, the environmental aspect is something that must not be disregarded in any given situation. In this day and age, When emission standards are becoming increasingly stringent on a global scale, it is feasible for a poorly burning additive to result in incomplete combustion, greater carbon monoxide production, and quicker deterioration of the catalytic converter. This is because this additive has the potential to cause the catalytic converter to degrade more quickly. Your automobile is not the only thing that will be affected by these unanticipated repercussions. These consequences will also have an effect on the air that we all breathe. Imagine that you are attempting to pass a routine emissions test, only to find out that your vehicle is now polluting more than it did before. Because of an additive that was designed to prevent the exact thing from happening, your vehicle is now polluting more than it did before. Why are these items still accessible for purchase? That is the question that has to be answered. There are a number of variables that have contributed to this scenario, including profit margins and consumer misunderstandings. The normal driver does not possess the level of chemical understanding required to examine the list of chemicals, and it is simple to manufacture and distribute inexpensive cleaners in huge quantities. This is because the list of ingredients is easy to understand. When it comes to marketing, the goal is to fill in the voids by selling hope rather than results. To make matters even worse, some mechanics may offer them in order to appease customers who are looking for a cost-effective solution, despite the fact that they are aware that proper injector maintenance typically involves the utilization of high-end additives, such as solutions based on polyethylamine PEA or ultrasonic cleaning of a professional grade. The first step in protecting your engine is not at the checkout line. Rather, it is within yourself and how you think about it. If you truly want to protect your engine, you must take this step. Instead of focusing on finding a quick fix, you should think about the long-term consequences. Please check the labeling. Figure out what the chemical makeup of the substance is. It is recommended that you look for cleansers that contain PEA because it has been demonstrated that these cleaners are effective in eliminating deposits without inflicting any damage to components that are already fragile. If you notice that your car is exhibiting symptoms such as a rough running, hesitating, or consuming more fuel than usual, you should not simply put in a cleaner and hope for the best. You have the option of carrying out an OBD scan or consulting with a dependable mechanic in order to arrive at an accurate diagnosis of the issue. It is not possible for a cleaner that costs $10 to solve a problem that costs $1,000. And in many cases, it may even cause the problem to develop in the first place. For this reason, the next time you find yourself tempted by that bottle with a bright label that promises quick results, give yourself a moment to rethink your decision rather than giving in to temptation. Take into consideration the following inquiry. What exactly is the purpose of this, or is it only a matter of cosmetic comfort? To what extent do you truly assist your engine? Or are you merely attempting to conceal a more significant issue till something else comes up? That proper car care requires more than simply a bottle of hope is a fact that is widely known and widely accepted. A person needs to possess comprehension, diligence, and the willingness to renounce shortcuts in order to be successful in accomplishing this goal. As a consequence of the fact that you cannot afford to take any chances when it comes to trusting the engine, which is the most important component of your vehicle. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.